from Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. Sorry I'm a minute or so late. I realised I needed to get something out to show you. So I prioritised getting something out, not being so, sorry, flick something off my screen there, not being so flustered. I am a little flustered because then I realised I haven't got my replay up. It's all happening. It's been a bit of a busy morning. I hope everyone is well, and it's nearly the weekend. It is Thursday here in Australia, and I cannot believe how quickly the weekend has come around. Hello, Miss Lisa. How are you? Sorry, see, I'm just getting my own video replay up, and my word, my word. Okay, so we are having a final play with the fresh as a, hello Wendy, how are you? We are having a final play with the cut apart sheet. So, ooh, Winnipeg. I have heard of Winnipeg. I haven't been there, but welcome. We're using the Fresh as a Daisy cut apart sheet. And I have about 4 or 5 squares left. I've already done 2 videos using this, and this is video number 3. So our first video, we made this one using 2 cards. We made this one using another card. And we made this one using 2 cards. And so I just wanted to check whether the wild wheat under there was designer series paper or not. And it's just cardstock. And we made that one. So, and then in the second video, I was challenged to make this card into a scene. So I did what I was told and made it into a scene. Now, the pieces we have left are these flowers, the cone flowers. We have the cute polka dot. We have the other piece of the grey granite. And these 2. Hello, Kathleen. Thanks for joining. I'm glad you love watching. I love having everyone here. And we have these 2 pieces. I think we're going to make 2 cards. Note the word I think. We will see how we go. Now, in one of my other videos, because it's all sitting here in my basket, I was challenged to use some ribbon. So I do have ribbon still sitting in my basket because as I was told, hey Candy, as I was told, you can use this, you can use that. I added it to the basket so then I knew and remembered what was happening. Hey Miss Kayla, how are you? So yes, that is what we're doing. And I will get back to that in a second. But in the meantime, have you guys been able to, I mean, I've had something very special happen this morning. I've been able to have a look at our next mini catalogue. And there are some really, really special things in there. Hey, Corinne. So a lot of Christmas, some Halloween, some Thanksgiving fall things, some general products, and stamps. It's all very nice. It's all very nice. My bank account is in a lot of danger at the moment. So I've had a couple of flicks throughs, but I'll wait until I get my copy of it, which shouldn't be hopefully too far away. But yes, I dare say I'm going to be more broke. Hey Beverly, how are you? So in an effort to save money, Stampin' Up are offering bonus days at the moment. So basically what that means is you spend, for every $90 you spend in my online store in Australia, you in July, you will get a $9 voucher for every $90 to spend in August. How awesome. Spend now, save next month. Awesome. So I have that happening over at my online store. We have had new, I'll spit the word out in a sec, new online exclusive. So they're the products that are only shown online. They're not shown in an actual printed catalogue. So they're only able to view online, but you are able to order those products in any type of order. If you will prefer to ring me to pop through that order, I can order those products, but they are only available to be viewed online or when I buy them and I show them to you. So one of those products that has just been released is the So Very Merry stamp set. So I have used the bird in a video a couple of weeks ago, and this week in my Christmas Stampathon video here on YouTube, I did pop up a card using the angel and the stained glass technique. So there are lots of beautiful, beautiful products there. But now let's get along with this handful of pieces of paper that I would just love to be used, and then I can move on to the next project. So I'm just going, I know the angel is awesome, Bev. I certainly agree with you. Okay, I just need to move this cord. So what does everyone have planned for the weekend? I have something quite momentous. I get to wash my own hair on the weekend. Last Thursday I wasn't here live on YouTube because I had some surgery. All good, all the dressings are off, but I did also happen to burn myself last week with some very hot water, and I haven't been able to wet my dressings, including the dressing on my belly. But on Sunday I'm allowed to have a shower and wash my own hair, and I'm so looking forward to it. It's the small things, ladies and gents, the small things. So what are you doing on the weekend? I am going to be finishing off videos for my Let's Go Shopping class. So I am a titch behind this month. I said the class will be ready to go before the end of the month, and that is my aim. So I will be finishing up that class this weekend. And of course, I can talk because it's only David and me in the house. If you saw my Tuesday video, we have Lavender's birthday on Sunday. Not sure what we're doing. No, we're doing dinner at home with some takeaway on Sunday evening, but that's all I know. So who knows what will happen on the weekend? What are your plans while I flick around and get all this happening? Just get those out. Let's see if the technology gods are in our favor today. Just moving a few things out of the way. Well, so far so good. Just scoot this over a titch. Sewing class. Ooh. Yeah, I don't sew. Actually, what Lavender wants for her birthday is a sewing machine. So everyone is giving her money, which is good. Just going to see how that's sitting perfectly. I'm very happy with that. I will turn off the overhead light and then we will get moving. Now, my initial expectations of using this gorgeous cut apart sheet was that I could bang out like all these cards so quickly, and that just has not been the case. So it is now a 3-part video, and I really do hope to get this done today. So starting with my cone flower, I am grabbing down, actually, where is my colour sheet? Here. Fresh as a daisy. It's crushed curry, it's early espresso or pebbled puff. It's definitely early espresso. Now this is a colour that sometimes I totally and utterly forget about, but because we've already got the card here, I am actually going to start and have this card base here, and I don't work card base up, but today, by the looks of it, I am moving a few things so we don't cause a craft lunch today. I was very impressed with myself on Tuesday that we didn't have a craft lunch. Okay, score that and cut. Pop that back over here. I do love having a dark card base. It really does let everything sing beautifully that you put on top of it. I will just need to add a I will need to add something on the inside to write, a piece of paper, a card front, but for the inside, exactly the same size, and I will just have to stick that on the front. So this is where I didn't go a little bit awry, but, and I'll show you what I mean with this card. I really would have loved to have another mat because it is, the proportions are slightly off. So with this card, rather than having another mat all the way around, I think I just want a little mat that pops up at the top and pops up at the bottom to just make it a little more symmetrical and centered, and I feel okay. And I did the same thing with this one. I just didn't mat them and they're just not sitting right with me. So I'm going to rectify it on this one, and then we're going to find hopefully a little sentiment here. And I do really want to use this ribbon. So I think I'm going to try some basic white. I don't have any scraps that are large enough. But these are the pre-prepared card fronts that I have. So technically, and by card front, I'll show you what I mean. So it just fits perfectly on a card base. Okay, so I'm just going to show you what I mean. Now this is still going to look off. But what I want, I'm just probably just going to cut a couple of centimeters off this. It's the correct length or correct height. I just need to change the width. Okay. So let's take 2 centimeters off. Eyeballing it, that looks pretty good to me, and I may even be able to use this piece for the sentiment. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, cutting back your roses, Lisa. Yes, you needed to keep going with that. Oh, Diane, it has been a while. Lovely to have you here. No, you should not take up a new hobby, Kayla, but you know, what other hobbies have you taken up? I've known you, we've both known each other since we were scrapbooking many years ago. I've known you since you were a teenager, Kayla. That's the scary thing. I was certainly not a teenager, but you were. Okay, so can you see what I mean? That just adding that little piece just makes everything look more balanced. Now, I'm going to sit here and play with the bow, and we're just going to see how we go. Because the bow gods were on my side on Tuesday's video. Oh, I think I need a bit more ribbon than that. Now this is a thicker ribbon, so this is basic white, and this is our herringbone ribbon. So this is certainly one you could colour, you could use blends, you could use your reinkers, all of those things. Come on, play nicely please. All of those things would make colouring this ribbon really, really easy. Just kind of want to hold that knot. I'm probably going to be here playing for a little bit because I know I've probably pulled that way too tight, but I'm just going to hold it and see if I can pull these back, because these thicker ribbons just create the nicest knots in the middle with this cute little crease. Oh, beautiful. Love, love, love. Okay. Now I'm just going to try and put my fingers in there so then you don't get creases here. And I'm just going to keep pulling and just make it look uber, uber cute. Now that is uber cute, and that is probably the size that I would like. So if I could just get that piece behind there, that's actually really cute bow. It really didn't take me long to use. Did you know I worked out I first went on those forums? No, we have not known each other that long, Kayla. Wash your mouth out with soap. I'm not that old, thank you. Actually, I probably met you 18 years ago. Thank you. I'm glad you like my bows. I learned very well, or I learned how to do bows a very long time ago. So don't be afraid of thicker ribbons. You can still get really cute bows with thicker ribbons. Now the question is, do I just leave this with a pretty bow just like that, or I don't think it needs a sentiment. I think it needs this pretty bow, and it will need some classic matte dots in white. Or, there is always an or. Oh, they're over here because I use them on a project. I'm not sure if the wild wheat ones will work particularly. Or I can use some gold sequins. Just thinking the plain white will just look really classy. Or I've got these gold ones as well. Oh, I've got the brown in there. They would actually look absolutely lovely. Sorry, I know Jodie's not here to help us. Kayla, I am not turning 44 this year. I swear I'm still in my 30s. I'm still in my 30s and I'm sticking to it. I didn't have a 40th birthday party the other year. Awesome. Hello, Mr. Linda. I missed you up there. Sorry, I was definitely distracted by Kayla's comment up there. Hello, Miss Bev. Oh my gosh, I've done jewelry making, knitting, scrapbooking, pocket project life. I started collecting heap of art journaling and bullet journals. Oh my god, you're worse than me. But then the amount of scrapbooking stuff I've still got in here. Working through lunch. Okay. We will keep you company while you do that horrible thing that starts with W. Because it's not fun, that thing that starts with W. I don't think we need a sentiment on this card at all. I think the bow really, really speaks to itself. No, Elijah does not turn 10. I remember him when he was such a bubba. Oh my dear word. Oh my dear word. That is just scary as. Scary, scary. Yeah, well, Kayla, Lavender is 19 on Sunday. So, you know, I can't talk. Because that means Lavender's been an adult for a whole year. And it's like, well, where did that whole year actually go? Because I swear it was only yesterday that we were doing her 18th. And then Owen is 18 in October. I am kind of thinking, do I put this on with dimensionals? But then we have quite a dimensional bow. So I'm possibly thinking not. Okay, just stick it down. Yes, I agree. They should stop growing and they should stop spending all my money. Mind you, I spent a lot of money just filling my car with petrol. I know, I'm with you, Kayla. I'm loving the wild wheat as well. It's a gorgeous colour. I just think there is like totally enough in the background here. And I haven't got this all totally centered, but hey, it's handmade, not Hallmark. Okay, so I've got this. Now, to attach this bow, I think we're going to need a couple of glue dots, so more than one. And we are going to use my favourite tool, which is the Take Your Pick tool with the crafter's tips. So this little hook is my absolute favourite. So, Mr. Linda, how are you? Long time no see. You right? David's reorganising and there was just a crash. So I just thought I better check and see if he's okay. So I'm just going to pop these on the back of this. Spin, spin, spin. Yeah, well, since we're talking wild wheat, what is your favourite in colour of the new ones that just came out? So we've got wild wheat, boho blue, moody mauve, pebbled path and copper clay. Because a lot of them are actually in this designer series paper. See, loving that just there. That finishes off the bottom perfectly. Do just need, may just need a glue dot under here just to get this to sit the way I want it to. Or maybe, no, what have I done now? There we go. That's looking much. I think I am going to put a glue dot under this side just to get it to sit, and I think I'm going to possibly also have to cut the end of the ribbon at a different angle because it's kind of annoying me. So if things aren't sitting the way you want, you can be very persuasive with the glue dot. And my ribbon scissors. I may stuff it up completely, but hey, Oh, just that little, yes, much nicer. It was just at an odd angle, so taking off that little weird hanging bit, perfect. Now what I can do is put in this lid, and you can see there are other uses for this. I'm just going to pop this in here and just fluff this out a bit. Ta-da. Right. Now these are called our neutrals sequins. If I can get it out of the pack. So it has gold, silver, copper and brown, I think it's called. Thank you. It's very simple. The card does all the work for us, which is just wonderful. Okay, so I'm just going to put 2, and this colour just works perfectly. So 2 here, and just 1 nestled in here, and then upside down, and then 2 here. I'm calling this card done, except I do have to put the insert in. I will do that as well, but it's a little bit shimmery. It's got it's not super shiny. They are more on the matte side, or call it a satin finish. Hello Carol, how are you? I'm glad you like it. Yes, please give me a thumbs up. I would love that. That helps other people find us and join the fun of our lives. Okay, watch me make myself feel old by talking about how old my children are and how long I've known people. Okay, so this card is a anything card, multi-purpose, because we don't have any sentiments on there, so it can be used for anything. This weekend actually I need to get a birthday card and a 50th card, because Louisa's dog groomer is having her 50th. She's actually getting married and then having her 50th birthday / reception, which is a lot of fun. Oh, thank you, Bev. Thank you, thank you. Hello, Miss Shirley. How are you from up the road? Oh, yes. I'm going to have a teenage granddaughter next month. Her mother and I were talking about that this morning. She's a nurse and just stopped in to help me. So I was a bit scared about taking my dressings off and ripping things and doing all of that. But they all came off fine, which is great. Okay, now we are down to these odds and sods. So this is like a partial card. Actually, this card still has a little bit of another pattern on it, and it's kind of been annoying me. I'm not a huge fan of this green in the whole card set. Need to pop it over a titch more, and of course it moves just the tinsiest titch, and that is like totally crooked. I knew I shouldn't have done it. Let's just take off more than a titch, and then it will cut properly. We will have a straight-ish line. Let me just get both of those in the rubbish bin. It is scary. It is scary. She started high school this year, so we were talking about parent-teacher night, and yeah, meeting some of the teachers that her siblings have already had, and yeah. So I could get away with cutting this down a bit and then having the sentiment on this and having it like that. And that way I've used every single piece of this and we've made a card. Oh yeah, Bev, Ivy is really growing up. A teenager next month. It's crazy. I get to see her this afternoon. She's coming with me to daycare to pick up her baby brother, who's actually not much of a baby anymore. He is toddling everywhere. I like this. So let's try and find a sentiment. Should I use the Cheerful Daisies stamp set? Sounds like a fabulous idea because everything matches, and I'm pretty sure I'll use the Pebbled Path on Pebbled Path. Oops, a daisy sounds so cute. Is that too small for that? I suppose it isn't if I stamp a few things. I'm actually thinking of using this stamp set for my class next month. What do you think? So I do my class in person, or I do class at home where I send you all the bits and you just need the stamp set and dies, and and you get the video tutorials and a project sheet. Oh my God, Shirley, that's, yeah, wow. Yeah, I've only got the two. My children, my biological children are not too young to have children, because one of Lavender's friends has a nearly 2-year-old. Well, I say friend loosely, someone who he's known his whole life. I think I might take like half a centimetre off this piece and we'll see how we go. Oh, you have that one, Candy. Okay, so that's a definite yes from you. Although, even if, I must say, even if you don't have the stamp set or the dies, I can guarantee you are going to get some great tips and tricks from the videos that I put up for the class. So they are only $10 Australian, which normally for my American peeps, I think it only works out to be like $7 something American, and you get 3 video tutorials and the project sheet, so you know what I've used. I want to take a bit more off that. And yeah, so definitely something to think about. Kayla, you should feel really young now with all the grandchildren speak. Yep, that's better. Okay, so I'm actually going to stamp this in Moody Mauve and then pop some flowers around that with Stamped Off Pebbled Path. So I've done that. That's there. I need a block. I need a longer block. Perfect. So it would help if it actually stuck. Great. Oh, I want my bigger block. I want to be able to see my whole piece of paper when I'm holding it, just so I've got a better chance of lining it up. So I'll show you what I mean. See how I can see the whole piece, and I can kind of go, oh, I want that to go up. Oh, I want that to go down. Now, this stamp has lost its stick because I've used it so much. So I'm just going to grab my chamois, and the flat side down, I'm just going to, this is feeling a bit dry, so I'm just going to take some demineralized water, spray it on, spray a couple of sprays just to give it a titch more moisture. Yes, you should get this month's candy. It's not quite ready yet, but it will be ready, fingers crossed, by the end of the month. Just been doing a bit of recovering this last week, and I'm a little bit better now. The worst bit is when I burnt myself, scalded myself with hot water, boiling hot water. So it was actually a cup of tea. Of all things, a cup of tea. I'm not sure I understand. So, yes. Yes, very much so, Kayla. So I just put some more cream on it not long before I went live. And oh my God, it's healing, but geez, it's itchy. Okay, so that just stamped beautifully is now sticking to the block because I cleaned all that extra dust and whatnot off it. Okay, hold that there for a few seconds, pop that off. I'm very happy with that. That apparently really needed to be on the floor. All I wanted to get was my cloth, just to clean up most of the ink, so then I don't get ink everywhere until I go and clean it. I am going to on stage in Melbourne, Kayla. I assume you are as well. I will get to give you a squeeze. My accommodation is already booked. My roomie is in here in the room, which is awesome. Very, very much looking forward to it. So I love these daisies. This little trio here, they're just so cute. And they will go perfectly with Pebbled Path just around here, because I just want to use the whole piece. I'd prefer not to cut it down, and we can just embellish it a little bit. Okay. Right, so stamp off and stamp on. This is a very, very juicy ink pad, I've come to realise. Okay, so I've added it in the two corners. Is that enough? Something on there. I think that's more than enough. Just a little bit of interest without too much. Yes, it absolutely has, Kayla. I just need to redeem some credits with flights. And I haven't got around to working out what time I want to get down there and all those things. So with all these colours together, I'm thinking a Pebbled Path card base. Just keeping it super nice and simple, keeping that same colour palette. Now, should No, I definitely want it as a landscape card. I was just having a bit of a, do I have a landscape card or do I have a portrait? But I've already done a portrait card, so let's do a landscape. So we are going to score on our short side and then cut on our long side, and we will have two side folding landscape card bases or two top folding portrait cards, depending on which way you like to fold your cards. Oh, it is such a gorgeous grey, yes, and Pebbles Path and grey granite are literally best friends. I want Amanda to go on stage in Melbourne too, but she's not sure. Is this Mrs. Shields? Shirley, which Amanda are we talking about? I know a couple of Amandas, so I want to make sure I can get on the bandwagon and hustle the right Amanda to go. I need to remember baby wipes in the craft room. Yes, baby wipes, a roll of paper towel. There's lots of odd things I use in my craft room. Okay, so fold is on the right side. So we're just going to play with layout here, and because I have cut these apart, I may need to do some trimming. Actually, I think I do need to trim this off just a little bit because it's not going to work otherwise. I really want to scratch myself and I can't because it's healing itching. Okay, I'm going to make a commitment and glue this one down so then I've got something to work off. Oh, your daughter. Right. I can't believe she wouldn't want to go on a mother-daughter trip. Do you know what? My mum and I have never been on a mother and daughter trip. I've been on trips with both my parents, but never just me and mum. Actually, I've got to organise to go shopping with her soon. I need to buy a wedding outfit because I have 2 weddings and a year 12 formal. Actually, I don't know even if the formal is going to work. Yes, burns are the worst, and scalding burns are even worse than that. Okay, I'm going to see if I can find a pencil. Just a reminder for you to all sparkle and shine. Actually, I may even put a mark on the back. So, thinking about here. Right. Oh, and then whatever that is will be whatever I take off this. I only have to measure once but cut twice. Now that goes against that saying, doesn't it? So basically 1 centimetre off. And possibly thinking I may want to mat the sentiment. So that's still just a titch. There we go. Done. Right, I think I can pop this away, but I'll probably have to get it down again. Ah. Oh no, Shirley. Okay. Now I could, oh, I'm using the other side. I was going to say, oh, I could totally stamp the back of that. I could, but I'm not going to. That is perfect. So just using the scraps, we've created this grid pattern, and then we are just going to add that. So you see, I am going to mat that in white. I think that'll lift that perfectly. Pop it on dimensionals, embellish, and we're done. I've used all the bits. Oh, okay, Margaret, that's interesting. And surprising, me and Mum don't do much more together because I'm her only child. It's okay. We just, her and Dad go away all the time. They're getting ready for a big cruise. Got a big cruise at the end of the year. Like 2 cruises back to back for a month. Which is pretty cool. They're landing in New Orleans. Dad's been with his brother for some wrestling competition, and I've always wanted to go to New Orleans, but alas, I am not. So I think they leave off from Rome and they go all the way to New Orleans, which I just think is, I don't know if I could do the sea that for that long. I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty straight and pretty even. I think we're going to leave that one there. I'll grab down and see if I have a large enough piece of scrap basic white, which I do actually. Surprise, surprise. It's maybe even going to be a bit big. That's okay. What I want to do, I want to stick it down and then I'll trim it. While my eyes are still fairly good, I will try that. Okay. I'm very happy with that. Oh, there's the teensiest bit of blue on the bottom of this. But there you go. Might be trying to tell us what we might be embellishing with. I know, maybe pebbled puff. A few of those dots would look great. Not quite sure. Yep, that's pretty good. Can go back over there. Okay, that is all cut. I know it's a bit weird using the white, but there are so many white accents. Maybe I'm going to need to add those classic matte dots in white to this one. Maybe I should have used another colour. But actually it looks better on the screen than what I'm feeling it in real life. So I'll just keep going. Yeah, no, Bev, I really don't think you could pay me to go on a cruise. Even though I'd take my electric wheelchair and it'd be, you know, be really good, but I really just hygiene-wise and being cooped up in the same, yeah, no. No. Okay, we're down to minimal. We're basically down to the dregs here. So this is what I do when we get down to here. I make sure to use the edges. Have you heard that some demonstrators would take this one dot off and then just throw the rest in the bin and not use any of the edges? Ooh. Ooh, does that mean I need to take this off, Candy? Because that's actually a really good idea. No one's going to know that I just ripped that. No one saw anything. Pebbled Path. I didn't take the whole pack down, and I do have a scrap here. Let's see. I just don't think it does anything for it. Let me have a look. I think it's then almost making it too dark. Hello, Donna. I just eyeball it, Shirley. I'm so sorry to tell you, Shirley, I just eyeballed that white mat. There was no measuring, it was just eyeballing it. Sorry, there's no secret. No, I'm not liking that one. But you said, oh, do you know, what's the answer, everyone? What's the answer to this conundrum? There is always one answer in Ellen's craft room. I don't even know if I have. I do. I'll just wait for the comments to come in before I pull it on screen. Correct. Ding, ding, ding. Bev gets it right. The answer is vellum. The answer is always vellum. I just thought the pebble path was such a good idea. I just think it was a little heavy. Okay, take two. No, it definitely didn't need the pebbled path. Oh. Just run this forward a little bit. There we go. Always use Stampin' Seal. Generally, I'll say 98% of the time on vellum, because otherwise, oh, that's such a shame that's got a crease in it, but we're still going to use it because no one's really actually going to notice that it is creased because we're using such a little mat. So Shirley, I'm going to show you again that I literally eyeball it. So scoring blade ain't going to get me anywhere. So is that perfect? No. Is it close enough? Yes. That crease bit can go in the bin and that other piece can go back in the scraps. Okay, now let's see what this one looks like. Much nicer. So you've got the gravity now because you've got the double matte, which then I think really equals these larger mattes around the outside. Now, who took? No one took them. Thank you for pulling them back. Apparently I must have young eyes. Okay, let's do take 2 with the dimensionals. Now, does anyone straight up have any suggestions for embellishments? Because this one we're keeping fairly simple, like no ribbon. Could add some twine, but I don't really think it needs it. Okay. So sometimes if I need smaller bits, I use my edges, but I really just use it. Probably a little bit of overkill, but you know, yeah, it's all good. There we go, there we go. Okay, now I'm just going to pop this on. That's really not what I wanted to do. I wanted to pop this on my scissors so then I can see. I don't even really, I want it centered on that part. It's really hard to center it on the card, to tell you the truth. Okay, this is where I need my T-square ruler. I'll put that on the edge. Is it really that bad? Just a titch down. Right, there we go. It's going to live like that now. Sorry, had to concentrate. Hello, Miss Lisa. How are you? You don't think it needs embellishments, Bev? Oh, well, there are now 3 of us in the room that may be going to Melbourne. 1 who's my roomie and 2 who are rooming together as well. But I will let them reveal themselves if they so wish. So I got my replacement boho blue ones. So what I was thinking, so these are my boho blue dots. What I was thinking is just bringing some blue over here and just putting a small cluster here and leaving it at that. So no embellishments beyond the sentiment strip. And it's funny, there's a whole group of us that have never actually met in real life, but we have realized we have been to Stampin' Up! Events together, and we have just never ever met at those events. Because I've said, do you remember the lady in the purple wheelchair? Yes, yes, yes. It's like, well, that's me. It's like, no, we were that close. It's like, yep, we were that close. Okay, so I've got 2 here. I really do want to use the 3rd. Or do I want to put the 3rd? What do we think? Hey, Rumi. I wasn't going to out you, just in case. What do we think of that? Are we done? Actually, I'm really not happy where that little gem is. Oh, and guess what? It wasn't stuck down, so it was meant to be that it was going to move. Oh no, I just can't get this placement right for these. They stuck together, no word of a lie. Right. That one up there. This one down here. Much happier now. Much, much, much happier. There we go. Yay, it got completed. Okay, and once again, I tried to use the classic matte dots, and they got not used again. So we have finished that whole cut apart sheet. 3 videos, 5 cards, but we are done. So we used, bar the little scrappy bits that I had to cut off, they are done. So just give me a second to put these back away. Just don't want to lose them, and there is so much dog hair in my house at the moment because someone is shedding in the middle of winter because it's so warm at the moment. Painful, painful, painful. So, a reminder of what the Fresh as a Daisy cut apart sheet looks like. So that is what it looks like. I have managed to use every single piece. Yes, it would, Lisa. You're exactly correct. So today's cards, we have done this. So I added in the, and I can't even see the roll at the moment, the herringbone ribbon. Oh, that's because it's over here. So I managed to get a little bow from the herringbone ribbon. So we can dye this with blends or with re-inkers and a bit of water. There's plenty you can do with this basic white ribbon. So we did that with the neutrals, so neutrals sequins. So I used a couple of the brown ones. So that's our first card for today. Oh, Louisa. Oh, and of course, she jumped up on me and I'm wearing black pants. So I have to de-dog hair myself before I leave the house later. Otherwise, there's then going to be more of her dog hair in my car than there already is. Oh, Bev. I'd have Miss Marley at my house any day of the week. I think her and Louisa would actually go crazy together. This is the second card. So I will revisit all the other cards that we made. So this is another card with no sentiment. So that used 2 pieces. This one used 1 piece, and this piece is 2 halves. So I managed to use sentiments for both of those. Then we cut one of the cards into panels and popped up this middle panel, added a sentiment, and then I created the scene using the bird's eye view and the Kindest Expressions stamp set. So that was a fun one to make, I must say. Didn't quite know where that one was going. Oh, they'd be doing zoomies all around my backyard, Bev. I can see it now. So for this card, I've spoken to you about the sentiments. So the in color dots, the neutrals sequins, and the stamp set we used was the Cheerful Daisies, which is the stamp set that goes with this set. So next month my class will be on this bundle. And what else do I have to tell you? Oh, keep an eye out. Next month we are having 30% off our kits. So next month, which is only next week, sorry to break it to you, I think I'm going to grab out a few kits, and I might do some different things with some kits, because I do have lots of kit videos here on YouTube. I might even create a playlist with all the kits, so then they're all in one place. But yeah, lots of kits, and they'll be 30% off. So any questions, please ask in the comments. I'm just going to do a bit of a scroll up and see if I forgot anything, if there were any questions. If I didn't answer your question, please ask again quickly, and I will be able to hopefully answer that for you. Talking about our grandchildren, talking about how me and Kayla aren't old, even though we're the youngest two people in the room. Right, let's see if I have, up to 30% off. Thank you very much for that correction, Lisa. I appreciate you having my back. So up to 30% off. I think it's selected kits as well. I know, right, Kayla? We're the youngest two and saying how old we feel. You know, it's all good. It's all relative, isn't it? Thank you so much for joining me today. I had a heap of fun doing this series of videos using this whole cut apart sheet. None of the cards worked out how I thought they would, and that is a really, really good thing. Have an amazing weekend, and I will catch you over on my Facebook Live next Tuesday, and I will upload that to YouTube after it goes live. Have an amazing one. Enjoy the gorgeous weather if you're having lovely winter weather like me, and stay cool if you are in the middle of a blazing hot summer. Bye.